25 to 35 miles per hour with gusts up to 50 miles per hour expected. Where? Gale, Antrim, Benzie, Grand Traverse, Charlevoix, Abbott, and Manistee counties. When? From 7 a.m. this morning to 7 p.m. this evening.
Welcome to day 4, everybody. Second day of hunting, 4th day on the island. You might wonder why we're not out hunting. And maybe you can hear it. Maybe you can see it. We've pretty much been up all night long. And it's been 20, 30, maybe 40 mile an hour winds. And we've been listening to trees, some big trees, but sound like big trees coming down all night long. Some pretty close, uncomfortably close. So John and I were up most all the night. Really just worried that one of these trees is going to come down on our tent. So we haven't had a lot of sleep. It's been really windy. We're not sure it makes a whole lot of sense to go out and sit in this with the wind. Haven't heard anybody else firing any shots. Haven't seen anybody else coming up and down the trail. Well, saw one guy. He had a nice 10-point that he shot yesterday. Must have been one of those 5 shots John heard in the morning. But we've we've got a lot going on here. It's really concerning with this wind, and hopefully the wind calms down soon. So in here, just hear these trees, boy. They all sound like they're gonna come down at any second. And a lot of them are. Be interesting to see how the trail looks getting out of here. I bet you there's gonna be a lot of trees across it now. So we're also running into a little bit of a problem. We hear rumors that there's no way the boat's gonna come pick us up Saturday with the weather forecast right now. And usually that's not a big issue, but I do have to be to work on Monday this year. I actually have a job site I'm supposed to be at, so at some point in time we're probably gonna have to make a hike back up towards the dock where we get a little cell reception, and maybe try and get a hold of the boat captain, see what our options are. We may not be here the full 10 days. Right now we've already spent this morning discussing whether or not we pack up and move. The only place really we can go that might be better and not have a ton of trees is going to be the campground. So that's quite a haul. It's about about 4 miles or 5 miles, something like that, from where we're at right now. Pack everything up and haul it all there, and there's only so many spots available there. So we could pack everything up, pump it all over to the campground, and there could be no spots. Then what are we going to do? So sounds like we've decided to kind of tough it out here, hope for the best. We've been doing all right so far, and I think the winds are supposed to die down at some point in time. So got the wood stove going. Tent's pretty dry, pretty warm inside. All the lines look pretty okay. We got some snow too, guys. So I think today is possibly the coldest day since we've been here. I don't know what the actual temperature is, but it feels like it's in the 30s. Daytime temp here. No cell reception or anything. I couldn't tell you. I don't even have a thermometer with me for some reason. Maybe that's something I'll remember to bring next year. Bring a thermometer so we can kind of monitor the temps. But it's November 1st. Last night was Halloween, so we didn't bother to go trick-or-treating. The next camp's about a mile away. I don't think they have any candy anyways, but we're dressed up as hunters this year. Hopeful hunters. So I'm going to try and pick up some more of this wood that's down on the ground here, break some up, take it into the tent, and at least do some chores today if we're not going to hunt, stockpile some more wood. So I'm going to do that, and then we'll get back at you later.
Northwest winds. The speed was 9 knots with gusts to 21 knots. At Grand Traverse Light, winds were from the northwest 32 knots. At Traverse City, winds were from the west.
So that first was North Manitou Island, they said?
Knots. objects. Tree limbs could be blown down and a few power outages may result. Use extra caution when driving, especially if operating a high-profile vehicle. Secure outdoor objects. Here is the weather synopsis for eastern upper and northern lower Michigan. Rain will change over to snow this morning. Winds will continue to be very strong and gusty, leading to blowing and drifting snow, especially this afternoon. Much warmer temperatures are expected later next week.
Well, hopefully y'all can see me. I'm going to do a day 4 wrap up. Basically, I sat here in my sleeping bag all day long. Read a magazine, ate a little bit of food, had some oatmeal for breakfast, some beef jerky for lunch, and some delicious ramen noodles for dinner. Pretty much sat here and listened to the wind howl all night long, or all day long. Probably still hear it going. Seems to be quite a bit less now than what it was earlier today. But I wasn't counting. We probably heard 30, 40 trees go down. Some of them pretty big. When they fall a distance away and you feel them, those are big trees. There's certainly some really concerning points. Well, sitting here in the tent, just hoping that one of those trees doesn't fall on us. But it's supposed to calm down on the wind. Hopefully tomorrow, I think. We'll see. And supposed to warm up later in the week, be highs of about 50. Lows and only in the 40s, so that should be pretty comfortable, realistically, especially with this sleeping bag. I did happen to take out, if you can see, I took out the green bag. I'm just using the black intermediate bag in the Gore-Tex bivy. So we're running low on water, unfortunately. A bunch of our water jugs have holes in them, as you saw earlier. So probably got to make a water run tomorrow, which means we'll be heading towards the dock, back towards civilization, I suppose. I think while we're up there, we're actually going to check out the campground too. Maybe see if that's a ideal spot for maybe next year. See where we go. I've never been a huge fan of the campground, but you know, certainly on days like today, when you got trees crashing down all over the place, it starts to seem like a really good idea. So I think at this point, maybe listen to a little bit of radio, which you do have on my walkie-talkie, receives radio reception. Maybe read a little bit of my second magazine. Can't read too much. I still have a bunch of days left, and I've already been through one whole magazine. It's a pretty thick magazine, so I don't know. Maybe I'll just sit and listen to the wind. But I'll bring you guys back tomorrow morning. Hopefully we'll be hunting in the morning.